All right, let's take a look at the resource page for today. It looks like this. It's called Making Moves. And if we zoom in here, we have a triangle over top of this key, and we need to get triangle A to triangle B. So we're actually going to use a tool to do that. And we're going to use this tool. So the blue triangle needs to go to the red triangle. The blue triangle is where that key was. So what I tend to do is look at the circle and count spaces. So if I want to move this triangle down because I want to get it eventually lined up with the red one, I'm going to go moving that circle down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So over on the left you have 3 tools. The first one is a slide, and that's what I'm going to use. And I'm going to be sliding it down. The down direction would be the Y direction, and I'm going down 6, so it's going to be -6. So it's going to slide that triangle down. Okay? So then I'm going to flip the triangle because I need it to match up with the other triangle. So when I flip it, I get 2 different options. The first option is to flip it across the Y, and the second option, the first option is to flip it on the X, and the second option would be to flip it about Y. So I'm going to flip this about X equals -2, or sorry, Y equals -2, and it's going to flip down. Okay? So then I'm going to flip it again because it's not going the same direction as the red one. So this time I'm going to flip it the opposite direction, and it's going to be about X equals 5. So now it's going the same direction, and now I need to slide it left to match up with the red triangle. So I'm going to count from the circle to circle. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. It's got to go 10 to the left, and the left or right direction would be my X, and because I'm going left, it's going to be -10, and then they match up. There's also another way I could do this same puzzle, so I'm going to return to this puzzle, and I'm going to erase my steps, and I'm going to go back to the beginning and look at the triangle I have. So if I take that triangle that I have, I'm still going to slide it down first. And I'm going to slide it down 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. So we're going to go down 6. So it puts it there. Instead of flipping it twice, I could just rotate it. And so the second toggle here is the rotation. And the rotation can either go clockwise or counterclockwise. So I want to take this triangle and I want to spin it counterclockwise 180 degrees. So then it'll match up with the other triangle. So instead of doing 2 different flips, I could just rotate it. Okay? And then I'm going to slide it to the left, and I believe it was 10. We're going to find out here because I'm not going to count. And then that works as well. Okay? So that's one way to do it. And the next puzzle looks like this one, and it has 2 separate walls on it, the greener walls. And this time, I believe we are matching the red to the blue again. So I'm going to test this. I'm going to see what shape moves when I put the -1 in. Okay, so we're going to move the blue to the red. So the blue shape needs to match up with the red shape. So you can either take it over top of the wall by flipping it. You could slide it up and right. You could slide it down and right. But it has to make its way around that first wall. So I'm going to slide. And to slide this, I'm going to go up 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay, so the Y direction's your up or down. And then I'm going to go right. Let's do that first. All right, so instead of going right next, I'm going to actually flip the triangle. okay? So we're going to flip it, and right now the red line is at x equals -2. So I'm going to flip it about x equals -2, and it will flip it over. And now I'm ready to move it right. So I'm going to go right 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, because that's what's going to line up with the other circle. So right would be our x. And then I'll need to go down 2. Okay, so those were the key puzzles. In this app, they just use triangles in place of the keys. Hopefully that helps.